Oh, okay. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Summer League.
Hey.
Live coming to you from Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
That's where we at.
CHGO Bulls Summer League also presented to you by Coors Light. Make the most of your times you choose to chill. Go to CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. What's going on, everybody? I'm Peck Bulls_Peck, joined by my crew, Big Day, Bam! BWL Sports, Will the Goat Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. And right over there in another Circa Sportsbook booth, the one and only Young Spathis on the controls.
I'm here.
Look at that chisel
Spathis
jawline.
is here with us. We are here.
5 o'clock shadow. He is ready.
We are back at Circa.
This is a little more than 5 o'clock shadow.
Talk your stuff,
Yeah,
Joey.
that's
Talk
like-
your stuff.
That's a 5-day shadow.
Come on, Joe. Get with it.
We have the Bulls' first Summer League game on deck later this afternoon, taking on the Bucks 1:30 local time, 3:30 Central Time. We all will be there, heading to Thomas and Mack Center as soon as we wrap up today's show. We're going to preview that game a little bit, talk a little bit more about all the hype around Matas Buzelis, the Bulls' number 11 overall
I'm
pick.
obsessed.
Joey is obsessed.
Joey is obsessed.
Yes.
Put that on the record. But first and foremost, gentlemen, how we doing? How's everybody's first 24 hours or so? Everybody feeling good?
I am rested.
Rested. Guys,
I am
Dave,
chilling.
Dave, I think, has slept for the last 18 hours since we got here.
Oh, I'm telling you. Y'all know this. When I first get to wherever we go, I usually take that first night and just go to sleep because I don't sleep a lot when I'm at home because I'm always doing a lot. But like I told you, I only had like 2 hours to sleep like the night before.
Yeah.
And the night before that, I probably had 4. So, so I didn't sleep a lot. So when I got here to Vegas, it immediately reminded me as soon as I walked in the room that you can't do anything.
You saw bad.
I saw bad. And my body said, you can't do anything. You're sitting down. So
I love how everyone gets to Vegas and is like, hey, well, I'll sleep when I get home from Vegas.
No, man.
You get to Vegas, and the first thing on your to-do list is like, I'm going to take a 10-hour nap.
Bad. And I was up for a few hours because I was putting away stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because, I got to have my stuff.
You were up for a few hours because you were putting away stuff from like 2 p.m. when we got here?
Yes.
So you were, and then you were just knocked out from the whole
for about
afternoon.
After 6.
I respect that so much.
After 6. I probably woke
you
up
have
at
no
like.
idea how much I respect that.
I probably woke up at like 12 and looked around like, oh.
Back to bed for 8 more hours.
And then I went, and then I got something to eat, and then I went back to sleep. Like,
I
in
mean,
that order.
if you had taken a gander down at the roulette tables around midnight, you would have found me.
Oh, yeah? You would.
I did go back downstairs, Coach.
Good for you.
Good
for you.
So Joey and Go and I were at the tables a little bit last night,
Yeah.
and it was like, maybe a little bit shy of 11 p.m.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, we're going to head upstairs. Got myself a Gatorade and a coffee to stash in my fridge for this morning, so I'd be ready to go.
That's what I do. I did a Gatorade.
I was like, I'm
in
going
my
to type
fridge.
up some stuff. I'm going to, put some notes in my pecking order journal coming later today.
That's a flex.
And do a little bit of prep for today's show. And then it was like 11:30, 11:45, and I was like, there was a pile of chips that I just walked away with. I didn't bother going to the cashier when we were done.
Okay.
I was like, I'll just,
We're going to be
use
back
these
at
tomorrow.
those tables. We have a chance.
And so I was just sitting typing away, and there's this just stack of chips just sitting on my hotel room desk, just staring at me, and I was like, I can still get some sleep. Went back down. Gamble for another hour or so.
Okay.
Caught a little mini hot streak at the end.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I had a terrible night for the record.
Joey did not have a
was it?
great night.
Tell me about your first night in Las Vegas, Joseph.
Let me see if I can put it in short. In craps, you can win fast and you can lose fast.
Yes.
And Joey lost fast.
Oh, craps is your game, Joe?
Lost fast multiple times.
Tables were not friendly.
Craps is my game,
young
but that's
Joseph in
that's
his-
how the game goes.
In his
That's how it
Las
goes?
Vegas
Okay.
debut.
It was crazy. Last night I was on a hot streak rolling, but I was making everybody else money but myself.
Oh.
People coming up to me high-fiving.
the worst.
Best
The
friends.
worst experience because
Little
you
bit of
want
a
to be
weird
happy
feeling.
for them, but they're like celebrating your losses.
Right.
No, I mean, I was winning for the table. I was just not hitting my own numbers. So
Yeah.
they were going mental, and I was just like, relax over there.
Nope, you're getting this.
You know what? It's going to be better tonight.
Okay.
It will be.
You going back to the crab table tonight?
Back to the craps table.
No,
Correct.
no roulette. He didn't roulette with you.
I tried to get. I was like, sounds like you need to change your game, man. When
Yeah.
he busted at Golden Nugget and then he busted here at Circa, I was
Okay.
like, dude, play some roulette with us.
Yeah, man.
He's like, no.
Okay.
I'll play. I'll play
What
some roulette
falls
tonight.
down must bounce back up. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Yeah. Do that.
Shout out to everybody hanging out with us, watching in the chat on our YouTube channel. Our guy Flipside, what's up, buddy? Say, where's
Flip.
Big Dave's portable fan? First of all, it's not a portable fan.
Yes,
it's a
it-
mini AC unit.
That is correct.
It's
but
his child. and
the
he couldn't
question
risk-
still stands. You didn't feel like packing that into your luggage?
I thought about it. I took some
It's
time.
100 and some degrees.
But then I remembered when we're doing shows, it's always very, very cool.
Yeah.
When we're doing our shows, they have to have the AC on and do it that way. And I didn't know, if you're ready for a road trip, I didn't want to have to get up and walk in the aisle carrying her to make sure she sleep,
Right, yeah.
stuff like that. So I didn't want to do those things, So I just left her at home. You know what I mean? It's cool.
That is such a
office.
good mental image that I'm sad and mad that I didn't get it while we were flying out here yesterday. Big Dave was just like a baby blanket, but there's just a little AC unit in it, burping it, waiting for the lavatory to open.
No, don't come by yet.
I need to change her.
The thing is, though, with Vegas, you just spend all your time inside. And it's always really well air conditioning everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So it's really just the walk to and from the Uber.
But I
you
understand.
really need it.
But with me, I'm different. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be
You are
drenched.
different.
I'm gonna be a drenched human
You are
being.
different.
I'm covered in sweat block right now. Shout out. But yeah, I'm good. I miss her.
that a
I'll see her
sponsor?
when I get home. They're gonna.
You
I'll see her when I get home.
hire a babysitter while you're gone
No, nobody can watch.
for your mini AC unit?
No, just under the table. I'm sure Carmen and all them will look out for her. Real nice. So yeah.
Sure. That's right, Connor. Vegas Pack is back. I had an okay night last night. Flip side saying Red 23. Okay, so this is true. You don't know this yet.
Okay.
We got to the roulette table. Go was like, ooh, I only got like $40 in cash, and I don't want to just get 40. Like, I'm going to go to the ATM. He walks away to the ATM. I'm there. I get my 100 down on the table. Spin, 23. Bam.
Oh,
Again. Just like it happened last year. Or was that 2 years ago?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
bro.
need to stop
poor
playing
guy.
that game.
Yeah.
Literally,
I need to find a new game.
walked away. I put 3 chips on 23 and hit. When he walked back, I was like, I felt bad. I was like,
I will be playing a different game tonight.
You gonna do craps now with Joey?
Craps, maybe blackjack,
Okay.
maybe baccarat. Who knows? But
Okay.
I got to try something else.
Wait, how was the food? And you guys went to a.
oh, yeah.
Rock?
Shout
Pizza
out
Rock.
Pizza Rock. Just
Okay.
a few blocks down the street here from Circa.
Very
Incredible pizza.
They had their shtick was that they had pizza of every single kind. So you had the California style pizza, they had tavern style, they had deep dish, they had Detroit style, and you could just get whatever you wanted. But it was just I don't know how they have that many ovens to where you can cook up different kinds of pizza for that many different people. It's a
but
huge
they
place.
did it.
But it was really good pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, we
shout out.
tried 2 different kinds, one of which our server recommended to us. They were both delicious.
Okay.
Got some fried green beans. Those are pretty tasty, too.
You got some vegetables in you too?
Yeah. Well,
All right.
Go was like, what do you
like,
think?
do we
Should we
need
get
a
a
salad?
salad? And I was like, no. And then I was looking through appetizers. I was like, fried green beans?
Compromise. There it is, right there. Shout out.
Handshake.
And I had a salad yesterday too, Go.
Oh,
good for you.
I
Look
definitely
at
had
you.
a salad.
When did you eat if you were sleeping?
Yeah.
Because room service is 24 hours.
You are just
Brilliant.
It's 24 hours.
My
all right?
God, you don't know if it's
Something
brilliant.
else.
Just this giant wall
I need to
of
get on your
TVs.
level.
Holy
in
shit.
a big way.
Shout out to Gary in the comments who said, hope you guys are staying cool. We are so far, knock on wood. I think Goat, Joey, and I used an entire can of brand new sunscreen being at Stadium Swim yesterday for maybe an hour.
Oh, yeah, y'all did hit the stadium
Oh,
swim.
we did
man.
hit Stadium Swim
Joey,
yesterday.
how was that? How did you like
Guys,
the stadium
I
swim?
went to Texas and lived there in the summer for a couple of years, or at least part of the summer.
That's a flex.
This is out of control.
It is.
My comparison is it doesn't feel real. It feels like someone, when you step outside, is blowing an industrial heater at you.
Yeah.
The breeze feels like somebody has a heating unit, a radiator, a massive one just pointing at you. It's a different level. When you get in the pool, it feels really good. But I'm in the dry fit today, and I think that was necessary.
Yes.
And
Doing
we're
well.
just trying to survive, man.
All right, you're doing a good job, Joe.
He's surviving.
That's a heck of a first day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
Some losses,
covered
couple
a lot
wins.
of ground.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of ground yesterday.
All right.
And we've got actual basketball to watch today, which is exciting. We'll look ahead to what we want to see from Matas and the rest of the Summer League crew and take a look at a couple of these key players that they're going to be facing against this young Bucks squad in Summer League. Some familiar names on that list.
Mm-hmm.
But first, as Gary also pointed out in the comments, Goat, Bulls making a little bit of, quote-unquote breaking news with a press release just as we were going live, making the hirings and promotions of certain people on Billy Donovan's staff official.
Yep. They announced some changes today. Wes Unseld, and this is all stuff that we have kind of known, and even AK said it at our most recent availability with him. But the official release: Wes Unseld joining as an assistant coach, Den Craig joining as an assistant coach. Eric Waters is going to be the new director of player health and performance.
Okay.
He was with the Bulls.
Got his
from
work cut out for him.
2000 to 2004. But then was bouncing around the league for the last 20 years.
Okay.
And then they also announced John Bryant being elevated to the front of the bench.
Hey.
Henry Domerkant, who spent last year and the last few years as the head coach of Windy City Bulls, he'll be joining the assistant coaching staff as a second bench. And then also the announcement that Billy Donovan III has been promoted to head coach of the Windy City Bulls, and he, of course, will be coaching in Summer League as well.
Head coach here for Summer League.
Him in a couple hours here.
Okay.
Which also, coincidentally, ran into Billy Donovan Sr. at baggage claim at the Vegas airport yesterday.
That was hilarious. Cool to see. But it was funny because we saw his chauffeur, and we saw him with the Billy Donovan thing, and we were like,
it was just an iPad that said Billy Donovan on it.
Yeah, we talked about that for a second. Then I walked around to get my bag.
Yeah.
And I saw Billy right there. He was talking to a young man.
Yeah.
When he walked away, and when the young man walked off, I was like, "Coach, what's up, man?" And we talked for a little bit, quick second.
Like Big Dave does.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you catch him in public, he'll just be like,
yeah, he was cool.
he'll
man.
just love talking.
When he saw you, it would turn around and saw you. He was like, "Oh, Will." He was very happy to see you.
Yeah.
And you introduced us, and really nice guy.
Yeah,
and
really
it was just like a good foreshadowing of what is to come, because there's just NBA players everywhere.
Everywhere,
and it's really cool.
Summer camp, man.
Wait, is it bad if I blow up his spot? He did mention something about his itinerary while he's out here in Vegas.
He was saying that he might go to, I don't want to say exactly where, but he was telling me he might go to a concert, and we'll have to.
There's a pretty popular concert going on in Vegas right now.
We'll have to see.
A lot of people are here for it.
There's a few.
Which honestly makes me it's a bit endearing to know that Billy Donovan might be a closet deadhead. I kind of like that. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. So I am also curious to see. You and Joey will get to hear from Billy Donovan III after these games today and tomorrow.
Flex.
I don't what's this dude's deal? I think Bulls fans were kind of just like, I guess Billy Donovan's son is now our Windy City head coach, and he's coaching Summer League. I feel like we don't know a lot about him.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a chance to find out. I mean, I've said hi to him in the hallways and stuff, but I've never really talked with him. And obviously, this is now going to be a completely different. This is going to be a completely different setting, because talking with somebody and just saying what's up is very different from them being in a media, being asked questions by journalists type of thing. So it'll be just interesting to see how he handles it. But he's been with the Bulls for many years now. He was working with the Windy City Bulls for the last few years on their coaching staff. He was with the big team doing, player development and film stuff before that. So he's been around the facility a ton, and I just think it'll be a cool opportunity for him to kind of grow into a bigger role.
I think when Casey Johnson was interviewing Matas, and he asked him about Bill Donovan III, he had nothing but nice things to say about him. Said he's definitely a guy who will tell you like it is. He won't sugarcoat it for you. He'll hold you responsible. Which is what you want all your coaches to kind of do for you. Just hold you responsible and tell you the truth about what you're doing out there on the floor. So yeah, for a guy in that developmental, that's exactly what you need and what you hear. So that's a ringing endorsement. And I'm excited to watch him do his thing.
Absolutely. Rob in the comments saying, Eastern Illinois alum Henry Domerkant, go Panthers, referring to the Bulls assistant coaching hire/promotion. Isn't our buddy Cody from CHGO Cubs Eastern Illinois guy?
Cody?
I think so.
I thought Cody was Iowa or something like that.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Eastern Illinois, I believe.
I think
Eastern
so.
Illinois? Okay, all right.
Him and Tony Romo, right?
Romo, shout out.
Domerkant also graduate of, wait, did I just see this right? Naperville High School? Naperville North High School?
No kidding.
Who knew?
Shout out. Okay.
Hey-oh.
But he's been with the Windy City Bulls for a long time, since 2017, I want to say.
Okay.
2018, he was hired as an assistant coach.
Okay.
With the G League
that
staff.
name's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Promoted to player development coordinator following the Bulls' hiring of Billy Donovan, and then head coach since 2020, 2021. So he's been around the organization since even before Billy.
Right.
And people have great things to say about him and the job that he's done with the Windy City Bulls.
And that's important because, of course, the nepotism ideology comes up when you hear these things. Just let them know, no, he's been here before. He's been here for a minute.
I may have thrown that word around about a certain hire.
Yeah, he's been here, though. It's all right. He's been here, like you said, before Billy was. So he's established himself. So, he's earning everything that he's getting.
Dav in the comments asking, how many hours to the game? Put a countdown somewhere for people around the world. So it is 11:20 local, a.k.a. Pacific, here in Vegas. 1:30 local time is the tip-off. So the Bulls game against the Bucks tips off in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Ooh. So set yourself a timer with that number. Real quick before we take our first break, another piece of happy news in the world of NBA news this morning.
Okay.
you might call it breaking news.
Okay.
And it's Bulls related. It'll make you smile if you missed it. Woj tweeted earlier this morning, free agent center Taj Gibson has agreed on a one-year, $3.3 million deal with the Charlotte Hornets. His agent, Mark Bartelstein, shout out, tells ESPN they are bringing Gibson, 39, in to mentor the young locker room.
Wow.
Taj Gibson is about to be a 40-year-old NBA player.
Get your checks.
I love that. Go Taj.
Getting a $3 million check, bro.
You know what's crazy? Also,
That's
he was in
awesome.
the same draft as James Johnson.
Yeah.
was.
Also drafted by the Bulls, 16th overall. And he's
And
still in the
James
league.
Johnson's still kicking around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I still remember when Taj got drafted. I was at a draft party watching it, and every highlight was him in the paint doing something. I said, oh, I like this guy.
And
Already.
college teammate of Vooch and DeMar DeRozan.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right. Absolutely
Crazy.
right. man.
Wild.
Amazing for Taj, though.
One of my faves. One of my faves.
Never changed.
One of my favorite sports fan moments as a Chicagoan my entire life was being at the game where he dunked on Wade
Yeah.
in the conference finals.
Yeah.
Game 1.
That's the last euphoria.
And like,
seriously.
man, like Taj, just like every time he speaks, every time Bulls fans, even after he departed, catch
Yeah.
wind of something like an interview or this, that, just a heart of gold.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
I'm glad that he's getting another run. I mean, like, if I were Taj, I'd be like, yo, I've made a lot of money. I'm, like, done. But he's like, no, I won't play.
No,
I want
that's
to
the
mentor
game.
these young guys.
Play me the mentor. I'll take that check.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Also, I mean, like, Tibbs almost killed him last year. It's like, yo, coach, I can't play 40 anymore, man.
Come on, you want to play?
Yeah. All right, still plenty to get to on CHGO Bulls live here from Circa Resort and Casino Sportsbook
Yeah, it is
in
nice.
Vegas. We're going to talk about this other Matas interview that just dropped yesterday on YouTube, done by Shaq for The General.
The General.
Shaq's making docs now.
That's right.
I love it.
Matas.
He said some things in that interview and that documentary that I think are pretty bold statements. So we're going to talk about that coming up next on the other side. But first, want to tell y'all about our friends at Circa Sportsbook. We're here at the Circa Sportsbook right now, but you need to try that Circa Sports Illinois app on your phone. Get some of this up in your life where you are in Illinois. Always offering those tight money line splits and their low hold models, striving to have starting odds at -110, unlike a lot of other sports books these days who push starting odds on game spreads, point total over-unders, to -115 or even -120 at times for no good reason at all.
Jerks.
And of course, we know they're the very best in customer service. Real people behind the Circa brand who resolve any issues you might have with their app in a timely fashion, unlike the other sportsbooks who use the dreaded chatbots. I had another issue with a different sportsbook chatbot the other day.
You did?
I'm sick of it. Like,
no.
I'm about to just exclusively use Circa. Like, I like to dabble. Variety is the spice of life, but I hate these chatbots.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Circa has people.
Yeah.
Look at all these
at 'em.
people
Look at
who
all
work
these
here.
people. Look at them. Those are real people.
Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Be on the lookout also for their fun events, watch parties, and tailgates in the Chicagoland area. They're also with our Cubs, CHGO Cubs 120 crew every Friday at Murphy's and then in the bleachers at Wrigley Field. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyourreallyWinning.com.
So, Baby Joey's here.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen him yet,
Yeah,
but
I
I
haven't
just
seen
know
him.
that he's here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how it's his 10th time here and he's not 10 years old, but it's impressive.
He's not allowed in Circa. It's 21 plus.
That's true. He's not. No, he's
He's
not.
got a really convincing fake ID.
That's true. That's true. Yes, he does. But what Joey didn't understand is he did kind of have him tapped. So he was listening in on Joe right there, and he heard Joe's woes. And he was like, man, he's messing up. He said he tried to come by and get me, out the bed. But, I wasn't asleep because when I opened the door, it was just a rose and a note that said they didn't understand.
Never understood.
They just ain't get it.
Why?
Why? Why these glasses got to cost so much money? We don't know. We don't get it. You know who else don't get it? Shady Rays. So they said, we're going to do something about it. Because Shady Rays is that independent sunglasses company that's offering that world-class product that's rated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars for over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames, extremely clear optics, making them the perfect choice for your outdoor, and as these two gentlemen are proving, your indoor adventure.
This pair still has sunscreen on them from the pool yesterday.
That's a flex. They have hundreds of options to choose from, y'all, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style, once again, as these two gentlemen are proving over here. Oh, Shady Rays is always there, so why don't you grab you a pair? Look at these right here. Matt Peck is dope. These are cold right here. These are hard. I might have to get some of them. best deal of the season, y'all. Head to ShadyRays.com. Use that code CHGO. Get yourself 35% off those premium polarized shades all the way from Circa Traffic itself. The shades that are rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people because it's Shady Rays. What them rays are just so shady. God damn, I'm fine.
Love it. Love it.
Can I make a quick comment?
Please do, Joseph.
I love Circa, and this is the most amazing setup ever.
It
but
is.
there's literally 1,000 TVs. And
Yes.
can we get the Cubs game on? Seiya Suzuki just hit a home run.
Uh-oh.
We're watching the White Sox.
Uh-oh.
What's the
Possibly the
problem?
worst team in MLB history.
Oh, he just
Don't-
wanted to get his take. But
Yeah,
we're watching.
Joe, I don't know if you're aware, Dave, but the Cubs have been on a little bit of a run
They have,
recently.
and I'm very
The
happy
Cubs
they
are winners of 4 or 5 in a row.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
We've got how many TVs with the NASCAR race on? We could get one of these on Seiya Suzuki and the Cubbies.
Hold on, let me watch Luis
I
Robert
agree.
do
That's
his
my
thing.
only comment.
You should. You're producing, but you should send some sort of relay message with the rest of our All City crew around, be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
just like you can ask somebody at the bar to change a channel when
Yeah.
you're at a sports bar."
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to do
They
that.
might be amenable to that.
But shout out
but
that
also
Chicago
maybe
Sky game.
Yeah, I was
if,
just about to say,
we got the
Sky on
Chicago
there. Don't
Sky
change
and
that
New
one.
York Liberty
Yeah.
here on one of the big TVs.
Yeah, man. And it's
That's
a close
dope.
game. 19-4 New York Liberty, man. So this is a big game for him,
big
bro.
game.
Big
Sky's
game
still
for him.
trying to hover around that 500 area, but
Yeah.
Reese's streak's still going, right?
Still
15?
going. As far as I know, it's still going,
Yeah.
man.
Freaking crazy. Wow.
Oh, she's having a game. All right.
Mabry.
Mabry
yeah,
is doing the
10-4.
thing. All right. All right.
We,
Entering the fourth quarter.
Yes.
before we shift to
Monster
Matas, because Joey is excited about the Cubs. So I spotted a dude walking through. I think we were at Golden Nugget last night
Okay.
with a Cubs jersey, and it looked like an old kind of like vintage one. I was like, "Ooh, dope Cubs jersey." And I like nudged Joe, and I was like, "Got a Cubs fan coming our way." He was like, I think he's just wearing the jersey. I don't think he's a fan." As he's walking past, he and Joe have a little exchange talking about the recent winning streak, and I see in the back of the jersey is an Andre Dawson jersey, and I was
Ooh,
like, "That's
he
a
had a
fan."
Dawson on?
Oh yeah, that's a fan.
That's a fan,
That's a
bro.
fan.
Hey, that's a move right there. Shout out to the Andre Dawson jersey. I love how Vegas is chasing Joey into like a 65-year-old cranky individual right now. I'm digging this, man. That beard is
great.
going to be bigger by tomorrow. I
Yeah.
promise you.
All right, guys, let's talk about this documentary/interview that dropped for Matas Buzelis on YouTube yesterday. If you missed it, if you just like search Matas Buzelis doc in YouTube, you'll find it. It's called The Break, presented by The General, narrated by the one and only Shaq Diesel Confucius.
Do it again.
The big Aristotle.
Do it again.
Matas,
Matas.
the general.
And it's short.
Shout out.
It's like a 12-minute doc and talking about like his path through his prep years and getting drafted by the Bulls. There's a lot of really great stuff about his family in
Yeah.
there, how tight they are, them on draft night watching Matas get drafted. But like the first words you hear in this doc are just like a VO of Matas talking while there's shots of him just in a gym getting shots up. Quote, "Honestly, I don't even feel like I have a motivator. I just love basketball. I love just going out there and hooping. I really believe I can do everything on the court. People thought I was crazy, but if you believe it, nothing else matters." End
Preach.
quote. This kid is so confident
Yeah.
that I am jazzed as hell about it, and also a little bit like, yo, like this is a lot of talking
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
before you've even played a summer league game.
I mean, he's said multiple times how he admires J.R. Smith.
Yes.
And I think that says a
Yeah.
lot about
Yeah.
who he is. And I do think that, like, that can be a really good thing, but there's also maybe a line where it starts to become less of a good thing.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see how he walks that. It's going to be different in Summer League than it will be when he's playing alongside Patrick Williams and Kobe White and Zach LaVine and all those guys, Vooch. So we'll see how it goes, but, like, you have to be ultra confident in
Yeah.
order to get yourself to this point. And he also has said in this documentary, and I think at other occasions, like, he's going to fit in his first year. He's going to try to, like, be a part of the team, not, like, you know, dominate the ball or anything like that.
Right.
He had a massive opportunity at the G League to take over, to have high usage, to score 15 points a night. I'm not sure if that will translate to the NBA right away, but I want to see that translate in the Summer League because that's, again, an opportunity for him to really dominate. And I expect him to start, and I expect him to have the ball in his hands, and I want to see what he can do with it.
You know, one of the things I like is it's confidence, but it's not cockiness.
Yeah.
When it comes to him, like he just genuinely believes in himself to be this best kind of player on the floor. And the reason that you know it's not cockiness is by the teammates around him and by the coaches around him. Because in that documentary, you got to kind of see that when his teammates showed up for the draft night when he got drafted.
Yeah.
When they showed up, and one of them said, I told Coach I got to have this day because I want to be there for you to watch this happen. That lets you know right there. You know what I mean? Like, it really means something to these players, and he really means something to these players, man. So he knows how to speak to people properly, but also be confident in himself.
Yeah. Because
he's not out here just being cocky with it. He really believes it. Like, I am the man, and I'm going to go out here, and I'm going to try to prove it to y'all that I am the dude.
Let's see, Matty Legend and Robert Cranius in the comments both pointing out that they he mentioned Andrei Kirilenko's game as someone he's sort of modeled after.
Man, what a player who would just thrive in the modern
Oh my gosh.
Time. Yeah,
2024
sure.
Kirilenko?
Yeah.
That dude,
the defense
that
too?
dude would eat.
Yeah. Check would be sweet.
Rob is saying that some players might target Matas and attack him because of the talking. He's going to have to get stronger. I mean,
good. Let's see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Let's see it.
And I
want your best.
He said in one of his many interviews leading through the draft process, he knows that defense is something he needs to work on.
Yeah.
But when we were talking to his Sunrise Christian Academy coach, Braden Proctor, on one of our shows last week, he said, I think Matas has what it takes to be a solid defender at the NBA level. Yeah. I've seen plenty of him as a capable defender.
Right.
And in the NBA, there's those few guys, Caruso and a handful of others, the guys who make all defense, on any given season, who define their games on the defensive end. But if you can be a multifaceted weapon offensively, mostly what we're asking for is passable on defense.
Correct.
Give us passable on defense.
Correct. No, you're absolutely right. And I think the good combination will be him and Patrick Williams. Because Patrick Williams is going to be taking on the bulk, of that defense. His skill, Matas, at least from what I've seen, his skill was being a help defender. And that is why I think that will play very well with Patrick Williams. Let Patrick do everything defending those guys, but when they funnel to the bucket, return it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Send
and
it
Patrick's
back.
really good at that too. I really think those guys complement each other well. I think where they can struggle, or maybe the areas where they need to improve, is guarding those quicker, smaller guards on the perimeter. But that's not going to be their primary assignment. So I think, Matas to me as he's very theoretical right now, right? He's very raw. He's not a finished product by any means. But you can see the ability to dribble, pass, shoot, defend. And that is the premium skill set in the NBA right now. And so I just want to see how close he is in any of those areas.
Yeah.
Has he worked on the jump shot? Has he tightened things up to where, so many of his threes last year, he'd make some and it looks good, but some would just be way off, air ball, short, left and right too. So there was a lot of inconsistency with the result. And so I want to see if he can kind of polish that up and how good it looks. I want to see it off the dribble. I want to see him attacking closeouts, getting into the lane. I just think there's so much he can do that in this setting in particular can really be highlighted, just because the talent is obviously not where it is in the NBA, and it's also the physicality won't be. It's going to be bigger, probably more so than what he saw at the G League, but I just want to see if he can scale with that and continue to grow and compete against that, even though the competition is getting better.
Yeah, and I would like to see how he responds to adversity too, because it's one of the reasons I like Dalen Terry so much. It doesn't matter if he goes 0 for 12, his confidence doesn't change.
This is true.
He's going to be the same kind of guy. It doesn't affect him. Matas strikes me as that kind of player, that it's not going to affect him if it gets bad. But I just want to see it and what it looks like for him, because everything isn't going to go your way all the time. This is the NBA, dog. They get paid too. So everything isn't going to go your way all the time. How are you going to respond to that? Him, I think it would be awesome to see, because he's such a workaholic, according to, to everybody that talks about it.
Yeah.
He works and works and works, and that's all he does. And he talked about his two-a-days. You know what I mean? I think it was his agent explaining those two-a-days that he does.
Right.
How he starts off in the morning with this, and then might spend 30, 40 minutes with the family after that, then go back and do some more. You know what I mean? And he does it every day consistently, man. That is a heck of a brain, and that's a heck of a mindset to have at such a young age, man. And so that's why I think we're so kind of high on him, just from these intangibles that we see. And that's not just the skill set of the ball, but it's the intangibles.
And that's the benefit of doing the G League Ignite program, right? Because it's you get put into a setting where you are working like an NBA player. That's your job. You're not in college. You're not going to classes. You're waking up. You're working out. You're going home. You're resting. You're eating. You're going back to the gym and getting shots up. You come back. You take a nap, and then you're going back to the gym. And that kind of preparation, I think, can really help him in this setting. So I'm very excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, can't wait, man.
Our guy Flipside 23 in the comments saying, yes, Matas got that dog in him. This team needs more of that, a lot more.
Right.
I'm guessing Big Dave would agree with that.
A lot I have a belt, and I can't wait to hand it out. A lot.
I like it a lot.
A lot.
All right, let's knock out a couple more shout-outs to our friends and sponsors. Then we'll come back, dive more into this Bulls-Bucks game we have on deck. We are within 2 hours from tip-off, y'all, of Bulls Summer League action kicking off. We got over 200 of y'all, our fellow Bulls fans, watching live in the YouTube chat. We appreciate each and every one of you. Do us a quick, simple favor. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching. Helps us out a lot. Joey needs it. I'm sure Baby Joe needs it.
Oh, Baby
with
Joe
all he's got
always
going
needs
on in Vegas this week.
Got a lot, man.
He needs the thumbs.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let Troll Joe into Circa. And then, you know what? I don't blame them.
Yeah. Just throwing people
Just
off.
looks like a really shady character.
Yeah, he didn't have an ID either.
Didn't have an ID.
He didn't have
Could
an
not
ID.
prove that he was of age.
He pulled out some thumbs.
He was
and
like,
they were
what
do
if I
with
show you
these?
21 thumbs?
Yeah.
Can I get it?
That's what he needed. That's the whole conversation. That's how it happened, man. Shout out.
Oh, God, I need a beer already.
Oh, well, dude, I got news for you.
What's that?
Coors Light.
Oh, God.
That's what you need.
I had so many Coors Lights yesterday.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
So proud of you, sir. Oh, because between work, social media, and the choices that life throws our way, it's no wonder that we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing that chill mindset like he did. Why not turn that rained-out barbecue into the Baby Joey and Will the Goat Gottlieb 55th annual karaoke house party? Or, after a tough loss, settle scores and hand off that ice-cold peace offering like Joey wants to do with White Sox fans because he wants to be peaceful with them. Joey doesn't like White Sox fans. I don't know why. He's not a fan.
But they got the Cubs game.
Live and let
There
live,
you
I
are.
say.
That's what I say.
Oh, they got the Cubs game on, Joe. There you go.
And go ahead, Joe.
They got the game on, and now I want them to turn it off.
And Cardinals leading the Cubs 3-1.
And the bases are loaded.
Bases juiced.
Well, time for some Coors Light.
And
so you
it's
can
gone.
embrace that chill mindset. Because when those mountains turn blue, you know just what to do. Those cold lager, cold filter, and cold packaged Coors Lights get you that smooth finish. Because Coors Light's mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Make the most out of your time and choose chill Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Today's show also, of course, brought to you by our wonderful hosts, Circa Resort and Casino. I don't know about you, Dave. When we walked through those doors yesterday and felt that cool blast of AC,
Man.
I had the
Home.
biggest smile on my face. I was like, we're back, baby.
I was like, yes.
This place is amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate Circa so much.
I mean, you got to check it out, y'all. If you are someone who enjoys the occasional Vegas visit and you haven't stayed at Circa yet, the next time you come to Vegas, you have got to make Circa your home base. The
Not a
staff
doubt.
is incredible.
Yes, it is.
The amenities are incredible. The rooms, the beds are comfy. The showers are great.
Yeah, the
but then you
showers.
walk out into this sports book or you walk out to Stadium Swim and you're like, this is heaven.
Yes.
This is actual heaven.
And if you come on a Friday, they do fireworks every
Yes.
Friday.
Every Friday
which we
night
saw
fireworks that
yesterday.
we caught walking
At
out of
Riverside.
Pizza Rock after dinner last night, which was really fun. But fun fact, it is Vegas' first ever adults-only casino and resort. So they check your ID when you walk through the door,
Yes, they do.
and then you never have to show your ID again when you're inside, ordering
right.
a drink, going to a table, putting money down to gamble. You never have to show your card again.
It's
like
awesome.
I don't know why all Vegas casinos don't operate this way.
It's so awesome.
It's the way to do it.
It is.
It is the world's largest sports book. This one right here. Can you see the reflection off of my very pale white face? Because
See it off my shady rays.
there are hundreds of thousands of inches of TV in front of us, and I love it. 3-story stadium style. 10 people to operate this $78 million pixel screen. 10 people simultaneously operating this magic that's happening.
It's amazing.
Also, some delicious food from Victory Bar and Wings, where we had some shows from last year's Summer League action. That was fun. And, of course, Stadium Swim. We popped in yesterday. We're going to be doing shows from Stadium Swim Cabanas on Monday and Tuesday.
The Cabana.
4,000 person capacity, 143 by 40 foot LED screen, very much like this one here in the sports book inside, with all the games, all the live betting odds that you can see. Oh, and by the way, 6 pools, 2 spas, 15,000 square feet of wet space, 2 swim bars, a cabana, more cabanas, super cabanas. Some cabanas that can hold up to as many as 50 people if you're looking for a big party blowout, bachelor party, bachelorette party, whatever you're doing. Y'all, I could go on and on.
Yeah,
also,
seriously.
Legacy Club up top.
Oh,
some gold bars
gold
hanging out
bars?
up there.
Son.
Incredible panoramic views of the mountains,
It's
the
nice,
Las
man.
Vegas Strip.
It's so nice.
I could keep talking about how awesome Circa Resort Casino is, and I would happily do so. But
Yes.
we've got more basketball to talk about.
Yeah.
The next time you come to Vegas, this is where you need to stay, y'all. Circa. God, I love this place.
This place is awesome. I can't even lie to you.
I kind of don't want to leave to go to the Thomas & Mack Center in an hour.
Yeah, but
I'm excited to watch basketball.
True, but we get to come back.
We do get to come back.
That's the cool part.
We're here
get
for
to come back.
3 more nights.
Because we're staying here.
Yay! We're staying here,
Because
Will.
Circa's freaking awesome.
The showers are amazing.
Dude.
I rave about their showers, though. Their showers
My
are
room
outstanding.
is way too nice for who I am, my level of importance.
Maybe
you're an important person.
Maybe,
Joe?
maybe share the wealth and try and sneak Troldro in. Let him make
very
use of some of
nice.
these wonderful
You should see
amenities.
Baby Joey's room.
I love you, Circa. Thank you. You're the best.
Shout out, man. Oh, Circa, you take great care
My
of us.
room is way too nice
For who I am.
am.
There's a 65-year-old all
my
in,
God.
Joey, bro. There's a
Fantastic.
65-year-old all in them, brother. I promise.
All right, so shifting focus to today's Bulls-Bucks matchup, Bulls PR did send out a little game notes one sheet for us with what they called not probable starters but potential starters for both the Bulls and the Bucks. Let's start with the Bulls. Our guy Buzelis is in that projected starting 5, along with Adamas Anogo, Julian Phillips. That's sort of this season's like Bulls big 3 of Summer League. As we talked about yesterday, Henry Drell, and the Duke product, DJ Stewart. So that is the projected starting 5 for the Bulls. Some of those other players that Bulls fans are familiar with that we've been talking about, Marcus Damas, the Illini guy, Darian Sebron, solid Windy City production, solid G League production last year. Chase Audige from Northwestern. They will be coming off the bench, supposedly, if the PR game note is correct. What do we think about the starting 5?
I'm with it.
Yeah?
Like, I just thought of the size. Oh, my goodness, the Cubs are getting smashed. I immediately thought of the size of immediately Henry Drell and Matas. You know what I mean? So,
right. Drell 6'9", Matas 6'10",
Yeah.
Sanogo 6'9",
Yeah.
Phillips 6'8".
yeah, man. So it's a lot of length out there. And Drell is definitely an athlete, and Matas is an athlete as well. And, of course, Julian Phillips, your sweet special boy, you know he's an athlete for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just interested to see them run. You know what I mean? A lot of running, a lot of transition basketball. But also, slightly I'm interested in how it looks defensively, just for guys like Sanogo and Matas. I just want to see what it looks like defensively for them being in that situation. And Sanogo being your center, but being 6'9", I think is also helpful when you got a bigger lineup around him as well. So he's not going to be forced to be doing all the big guy stuff. You know what I mean? He'll have guys getting those rebounds and things with him. So I like the lineup. Interested to see how it works out.
And, you know, is it too soon to bring back younger and more athletic?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I think that's what we're going to get here. And I think
get
that's what we
Throw my
should
water bottle away.
get next year.
Violence. Come on.
Dude, you realize that there's a chance that I run into / cross paths with Gar Foreman this week.
Yeah, there's a reason
Like
I'll
I
be
did
right
last
with
year.
you. There'll be a reason.
Don't be throwing that phrase at me.
There's a reason
It's
I'll be
finally
next to you.
happening.
I will
Younger
turn
and more
violent.
athletic. We're reclaiming it.
We're reclaiming it.
It's going to happen. I want to see them run up and down.
Yeah.
I want to see them dunk a lot. I want to see them
Yes.
shoot threes.
Yeah.
Like and with Summer League, like you're always going to be, it's a young group of players,
Yeah.
like inherently. But I think that I want to see if like any of what we see stylistically here bleeds into the actual season.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to get a sneak preview into like what the Bulls' new offense is going to look like? Because, by the way, they don't have DeMar DeRozan anymore. They don't have Alex Caruso anymore. They're going to have to rebuild the entire offensive and defensive game plans because those were the two most important players on either side. So are we going to get to see any of what that's supposed to look like? I don't know. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what it looks like. And Julian Phillips, I can't stress enough. Like, I'm really just excited to see his growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Matas is different. He's a rookie. You know what I mean? I'm working with raw clay here.
Right.
There's already been a slight foundation for Julian Phillips, and he's coming off an injury and things like that.
Yeah.
So I want to see what he looks like athletically, and of course that 3-point shot.
And like before his unfortunate season-ending injury, there were some games there in like that middle third of the season when the Bulls were missing a guy or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And Billy actually called upon Julian Phillips at times to play like 10, 12 minutes off the bench.
That's true.
And he had, like, it's not like he was putting up crazy stats, but there were several games where he was getting real tick in a row where I was like, Julian Phillips just made an impact play on the game.
Yeah.
Like something positive that impacted the game. And I'm like, he was doing that in NBA games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was doldrums February, March basketball, but they were NBA games.
Yeah.
So when you go back to Summer League, if you're Julian Phillips, and you are, knock on wood, hopefully completely healed and healthy after that injury, I'm expecting Julian Phillips to be one of the best players we see.
Ooh, talk that stuff.
He should be, right?
He should be.
Like the stuff that he was doing that you're talking about was like cutting baseline and getting a dunk,
right,
or like getting an offensive rebound or hitting a corner three. Like that's good role player stuff. That's
Yeah.
what like the Bulls have needed, like Patrick Williams and Javonte Green and Derrick Jones Jr. and those kind of guys to do for the past several years.
Right.
I want to see now is, can you put the ball in his hands and can he create his own shot?
Yeah.
Because like right now, I think
it's a great point.
Taking this back to like the actual Bulls roster here for a second, like again, we do not have DeMar to bail everybody out on the offensive possession anymore. He was drawing two. Obviously, Kobe can create his own shot. We're hoping to see a little bit more of that from Patrick Williams. Zach LaVine, obviously, when he comes back, Vooch, those guys can do it. We know this. Yeah. But can any of these young players, whether it's Ayo, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips, Patrick Williams, Buzelis, who can create their own shot, who can draw two to the basketball and help open up the floor for some of these other guys? Can Julian Phillips be a part of that? I'm excited to find out because at the NBA level, we just didn't see him with the ball in his hands at all. And again, this is an opportunity where you can ramp up the usage, where you can ramp up the shot creation, and you can see what you can do.
Wow, you again go doing stuff that I wasn't even thinking about, because all I was talking about when I was speaking with Julian would be, oh man, how is he going to look on these alley-oops? How is he going to look when he's cutting? And doing those things. I wasn't even thinking, give him the basketball to let him create and actually do something. Let's see if he can do those things. Because if he can, oh my God. And the reason he got on the floor so much in his rookie season was because he played defense.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Played defense, he cut, he shot threes.
That's it.
Elite role player activity, and his size, athleticism, that's exactly what you want.
That's all you need.
Now as they enter this new era, it's like who's going to step into a role that is breaking down defenses and getting their own shot. Like, I think it's great that the Bulls are looking at, dribble, pass, shoot guys.
Yeah.
Like Buzelis, I think, is the right type of player that they should be going after.
Facts.
Yeah.
But like when you look and when you look at like the team building of the Celtics, for example, they just won the championship because they had 5 guys who could dribble, pass, shoot, and create their own offense and defend and switch.
Yeah.
Like that's the formula. And so like who fits into that and who is just like a role player. And there's no shade at role players. Like you need that kind of stuff. But like this is an opportunity for you to say, okay, put the ball in his hands and let's see, because that's not always going to be available to him at the NBA level.
That's very true.
Our guy Fish in the comments, shout out, buddy, saying, has Phillips worked on his handles, he'd be a great rebound and push guy.
Yeah, let's see if he can do it.
Let's see that over the next couple of games. Meanwhile, shout out to El Sancho in the comments, who just said, Bulls are cheeks.
El Sancho, I just like your name.
Interpret that how you will. Some people like cheeks. I assume that was a derogatory comment about the Bulls being like booty cheeks, but
stop this man right now.
What? Just stating facts, Dave. Also, shout out to Yasha, who said, "What time is the game?" It's 3 a.m. here in the Philippines. Shout out to our Philippines Bulls Nation.
You with us? Shout out to you.
Much love.
Shout out to you.
The Bulls Bucks game tips off in an hour and 45 minutes, whatever time that means in the Philippines. 4:45 a.m. Sounds like a perfect time to watch a Summer League basketball game.
Yes.
Why
Shout
not?
out to you, man.
Why not?
And we appreciate you.
Absolutely. So going back to this, these projected starting fives, so we got Drell, Buzelis, Sanogo, Phillips, and Stewart. I don't know if I'm a little bit surprised to see Stewart there as a projected 5th starter. He's kind of like, as far as the fill-outs on the Summer League squad, a little underwhelmed. But I think you were saying the other day, Will, like somebody's got to run point, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm excited to see what he has. I'm excited to give him some shit for going to Fenwick High School and see if you can just like take the most of this opportunity, because again, this is an opportunity for young guys to have the ball in their hands and not just have to be like the injury replacement for the 3rd string guy who went down in March, and you have to step in and just stand in the corner and shoot threes. This is an opportunity for a guy like Javon Freeman Liberty last year to put the ball in his hands and earn himself a 2-way contract with the Raptors. This is where a lot of these guys can do it. And so I think there's like incentive for some of those guys like DJ Stewart to come in and try to make his stamp and put his stamp on the game.
No, absolutely right.
Yeah, and same thing with Domask. Like I think that's an opportunity for him.
And when you see guys like when you run to that point, obviously you got the ball and you're controlling everything. And he doesn't want to show that he's too selfish, because then he won't get no playing time if you're not giving Matas and Julian Phillips the basketball.
Yeah.
But when they go to the bench, oh, man, it's free cheeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's on you, bro. Like, you can do it how you want. Let's see what you can do for this team, because, again, he's not just playing for, eyes on the Bulls. That is the goal for sure. I want to play for the Chicago Bulls. But if it doesn't work out, like, everybody's here.
Yeah.
So everybody's watching and seeing what you can do for the team, man. So, yeah, it's important for guys who don't have it so shored up yet as far as what they'll do after this.
Yeah.
And playing well can answer that question right there.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick look at what this Bucks Summer League squad looks like. Projected starting five for them. I was surprised to see him here. Marjon Beauchamp, solid guy. It's going to be his third year.
Wow.
Another reason
Summer
why
League.
I feel like Dalen really should have
I was
been
going to say, if Marjon Beauchamp is here playing, why ain't Dalen?
And even some
want
second-year
Matas.
players who actually played meaningful roles on good teams, like Brandon Pajemski has been playing in the California Classic. He's named the starting two-guard for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
And he's playing in Summer League. So, I don't care about the third-year stuff. It's about opportunity, and it's about, a chance to prove yourself and take a bigger role in the offense. And Dalen, he grew into a bigger role at the end of last year. I really would have loved to see what he could do. And maybe they were just it didn't go great last year. Let's not put you through it.
Yeah.
But again, this is a chance to get back at that and to do more with the ball in your hands. I want to see that from Dalen.
See, I agree with that, but the only reason I don't is even the teams that you mentioned don't have a Matas on their team.
Yeah.
They don't have somebody that you don't want to take the ball away from them. You know what I mean? I don't want any possessions or anything taken away from Matas. I need him to be the focal point of everything. So I know what Dalen can do. At least I think I know what Dalen can do. If he comes in and he dominates, he did what Patrick Williams did that one time, plays that one game.
Take him out after one game, yeah.
You can take him out after one game. You could do all that, sure.
And I feel like it would be beneficial for Matas to play alongside Dalen. Because Dalen's a good passer.
point.
He's a good facilitator.
Right.
No, he is. That's a good point. But the focus would still be on Dalen and what he can do, because even if he just came out and facilitated, we'd be like, we already know that.
Yeah.
What you want to see is him be a shooter and see if he can dribble and see if he can do those things.
And he's been doing the Johnny dribble too much.
Yes. He's been shooting all day.
Circuit. We're going to DeMar's boot camp.
Yeah.
This is his birthday yesterday. Happy
Shout
birthday,
out.
Dalen.
Birthday, Dalen.
Shout out, sir.
A fresh 22.
But
Fresh.
I just want to see him. I just wanted to see him come in and dominate.
I understand.
Fair enough. So the Bucks do have their first-round pick and their second-round pick playing here in Vegas this week. A.J. Johnson, who they took 23rd overall in the 2024 NBA draft, the 6'4" guard, played in the NBL in Australia
Barely.
after high school, barely. Shout out to our buddy Bulls Troy, Marquet. An interesting name that I think didn't get a ton of attention when people were doing mocks and talking about drafts. What do you make of A.J. Johnson, Go?
Yeah, I had him in the second round. I think he's very raw. He's got great tools. He's fluid. He's fast. He's athletic. He can dribble. He can pass. He can shoot. But he just did not really impact the game at all in the NBL because he barely played.
Yeah.
And those teams are Alex Sarr, for example, second overall pick. He did not play a ton in the NBL. He was not featured in their offense.
Sure.
So those teams are trying to do different things. It's not just put the ball in Matas Buzelis and Ron Holland's hands and let them run free with the G League Ignite.
Right.
It's a different thing. So you don't want to be too critical of that. But he's super young. He's got a ton of upside. To me, if I were them, I probably would have drafted Tyler Smith 23rd and A.J. Johnson 33rd or whatever numbers it was, and just flip them, because I think Tyler Smith is going to be a good player. And
Bucks
I'm excited
fans
to see.
were very upset when that was the first pick made.
Yeah, because
Overdrafted.
He's a young guy.
He's somebody they could have probably gotten in the second round.
Yeah.
I get the upside with him. And I think he could be a really good player. It's just he seemed like a long shot to go in the first round.
You said raw. Also, he's listed at 167 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's raw.
That's skinnier than Dalen skinny.
Oh, man.
That's Rob Dillingham size.
That
yeah.
is my.
I'm about to
That
say-
is within 15 pounds of my weight.
I'm about to say that's Joey style.
Over or under?
Over, under.
Okay.
Wait, how much?
167 pounds.
67. Wow.
Yeah. Soaking wet, rocks in the pocket.
Just a little shy of sales guy Jim.
Just a little bit.
And he's what, 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
listed as 6'4", 167.
Skinnier than those
That's
fried green
okay.
beans we had.
So
last
I'm
flex.
64. I'm 64.
yes, you are.
in my mind, I'm
Yes,
64.
you are.
I'm 6'4", and I'm usually hovering somewhere between $190 and $195, and I
Okay.
have a pretty slight frame.
Okay.
Imagine taking 30 pounds off of me. That's dangerous emergency, we need 18 double cheeseburgers stat kind of skinny.
This is true, and you will do that stat. And
I will.
Yeah, and I'm
God,
very proud of you for
Victory
that.
Burger's right over there. I don't know if I have time before we got to get to Thomas and Mack Center, but
If you want it, you'll make time.
I really want it. I want a burger right now. So you mentioned Tyler Smith also, Go. That's somebody that we talked about a fair amount leading up to the NBA draft on our show. our guy Ricky O'Donnell, who we had on. He had the Bulls drafting Tyler Smith in one of his mocks. I think you did as well at some point, Goat. A G League Ignite product that has a lot of potential. Averaged nearly 14 points and 5 boards a game with the G League Ignite on their 27-game season. Maybe somebody would say a steal for the Bucks to get him at 33.
Yeah, I think he was a late slider in the draft. I think Ricky was probably like the highest of anybody in the draft community.
The first time I had seen him that high was Ricky's mock.
But even like after, that was like in his second to last mock draft that he put together, like 2 weeks before the draft. Since then, even he did slide towards like the early to mid 20s. But even, on draft night, he went in the second round. So it would not have surprised me if he was the Bucks pick at 23 instead of 33. Mm-hmm. I think anywhere in that kind of last 10 spots in the first round would have made sense, because I think he can like come in and play a role in impact winning. Mm-hmm. He's tall, he can shoot it, he can defend the rim. Mm-hmm. Those are valuable tools, but for whatever reason he slid out. But I think that he fits really well with the Bucks team, whether it's the Summer League squad with Beauchamp and AJ Johnson, or just like playing next to Giannis. He can give you that smaller look where Giannis or him are at the 5, and you can still space it out. Maybe allows you to move on from Brook Lopez and use him to, parlay that into some other future asset. So I'm just curious to see what he looks like, because I think he could be a really good player. And again, same thing with Matas. Having that G League Ignite experience, playing in similar kinds of basketball games on the same size court, having that season to like really develop your strength and go through the process of being a professional athlete, I think that's going to help him, and I think he's going to look really good today.
Just hearing you speak, it sounds like you kind of have Johnson in the G League, even after this. But where do you kind of have Smith? Do you think he's G League?
Yeah,
or do you think
he's probably a little bit more ready now. I feel like Johnson's very much a project, and I'm not saying he can't come in and be really good, because I think he's very, like, you can, when you watch him play, you can see what he can do. He's just very smooth. He can dribble, pass, shoot. He's explosive. I think he's going to be a good player. It's just, I think he's a ways away. Whereas Tyler Smith, I think, can come in, slide over as the low man, protect the rim, hit an open 3, pick and pop kind of thing. I think that he can kind of slide into that role a little bit more easily. And really, that's what it is for young players, is like finding a role within the team's offense. What can you do to help them be better? And then as you do that and you solidify yourself, now you start to eat a little bit more of the usage pie, and you start to put the ball in your hands a little bit more and see how much you can grow. But to get into the game, as a role player, I think really helps some guys. And I think that's why you saw Julian Phillips come in and be a contributor when he did, because he has that role player skill set. He executes it well, and he can be productive in that way. Whereas a guy like Dalen Terry, took him a little bit longer, took him some injuries to really break in, because he doesn't have those kind of role player skill sets. But we also don't know what he can do with the ball in his hands yet. So I think that's kind of why you see some players, unless you're Luka or Trae Young and you can just come in and be an elite all-star caliber offensive initiator, that's super rare. It doesn't happen. And so when you see that, it's like, oh my God, this is why people tank. This is like, you got to go for those kind of draft picks. For the most part, it's guys, can you come in and be a role player, not screw up the defensive scheme, hit an open 3. Can you do that? And then as you grow and understand the scheme and execution, now you can do a little bit more with the ball.
Shout out to Alex in the comments, who said that Goat looks like a Matrix agent right now. I love that. And I agree.
Mr. Anderson.
Also, Maurice saying, a burger, you're in Vegas, go get some tacos from Tacos El Gordo and some tequila. We did Tacos El Gordo on one of our previous Summer League trips out here.
We did.
Delicious tacos. In my opinion, not worth the hour-and-a-half long wait in line.
A woman literally passed out.
2. We saw 2 different people faint in line waiting for tacos.
That was wild.
I'm not trying to stand in 100-degree heat waiting for tacos.
They were good, but he's right. They wasn't standing in 100-degree heat good, but they're good.
I am all about immediacy and convenience.
Yes.
I could definitely go for some tacos, though.
Yes.
I
Not against it. Not against it.
Okay, rounding out this Bucks team that we're going to be looking at, Ty Washington from Kentucky, solid player. But you know who I'm really curious to watch more closely, who I didn't really recall watching a lot? He did get 22 games of action for the Blazers last season on a 2-way contract. Actually started his NBA career technically on an Exhibit 10 with the Bucks in the fall of 22. Ibu Badji, the 7-foot center from Senegal, went undrafted and was picked up and quickly released by Milwaukee. Spent some time with the Blazers on a 2-way, but is available. And Bucks came and said, hey, we remember you. Want to come play summer ball? So that is your projected starting center from Milwaukee. I can't recall any Blazers action where I saw him play. but
at all.
I'm excited to watch him play.
But just being a 7-footer and Sanogo going up against him,
Ooh, yeah.
like, those are kind of tests that I want to see.
He's long, he's athletic, he's raw, but yeah, I think it's a good test, and I think it also speaks to what the Bucks are trying to build of just like long rim protection, three-point shooting potential, and that's the kind of system that they're trying to develop around Giannis.
Kind of in the mode of what the Raptors are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But they're building around Giannis, yes.
Indeed. That is going to do it. We're going to wrap up a little bit early so that we can give ourselves and especially Goat and Joey enough time to get over to Thomas and Mack Center.
That's right.
Get their media credentials game going on. Make sure you're following along.
Flex.
Will_Gottlieb for his live in-game updates from Thomas and Mack Center for Bulls Bucks action. You can follow us, CHGO_Bulls on Twitter. We'll be tweeting. Big Dave Balby at WL Sports on Bulls_Peck. For you CHGO diehards, Big Dave and I are going to hop in the Discord after the game, like almost immediately after the game, to give our quick reaction, sort of like a mini Discord post-game, if you will.
And maybe during.
And probably have a chance to answer some questions in there, too, for the Discord.
Indeed.
Users.
Because then our next live show here from Circa will be same time tomorrow, and that's too long to wait to talk about the game.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop in our Discord.
We want to talk to y'all.
If you aren't a CHGO diehard yet, now's your perfect opportunity to sign up. You know about all the perks.
The Cubs are down 10-1.
Joey wants you to know the Cubs are down 10-1.
Yeah.
That shouldn't detract you from becoming a CHGO diehard if you haven't yet.
And also everything I write, and I believe everything you write for this trip, you're doing the Daily Journal. I'll be doing game grades. I'll be doing reporting on whoever we talk to after the game, Billy Donovan III, players. That'll all be behind the diehard paywall, so make sure you guys go to allchgo.com and figure out
Sign
how
up.
to join.
Alrighty, enjoy Bulls Bucks Summer League ball. We will talk to you all in the Discord after the game. All of us will talk to you sporadically throughout the next 4 days while we're still here in Vegas. Hit that like button on your way out if you didn't do it yet. Subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Shout out and thanks to our hosts at the beautiful Circa Resort Casino.
Yes.
Let's watch them ball. See you, Red. Be good.
Love.